Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my 5th edition Curse of Strahd campaign. We are back with our group of players, Jarrod playing Bellic Neth, John playing Tiberius Scooter, Dan playing Hames Ebon Smoke, and Alex playing Javuk. I can't remember the last name.
Vanakanathi.
Vanakanathi. I can't even fit that on your nameplate, I don't think.
No, you absolutely can't.
No. And when last we left, our group had just delivered the Irina Kolyana to the village of Kresh, and they were tasked to go seek out the Wizard of Wines to the south and find out why they have not got any deliveries for the past several days. And as we left, it was, I believe, late afternoon, early evening, and the party was just setting out from Kresh down into the wilderness. Now, since you don't have the Vistani looking after you, since you're on foot, you are probably not going to get but halfway down to the signposts before sunset. If you really push it, you can probably get to the signpost, but that's about it.
Well, do we want to wait till it's morning?
And they're not letting you in the village either, so you are.
They're not going to let us in, so I don't
wild,
have the luxury of waiting.
Might as well go.
Might as well go.
And
Maybe not see a vineyard.
and
That's a good wine.
I have a thing. Because I can always remember the terrain and layout of where we've been because of my Outlander background.
Yeah.
And I can feed myself and up to 5 others once per day.
Okay.
So we're going to be
Nice.
well provisioned.
At least provisions are not going to be a worry.
Or
And
not
it's-
provisioned.
I think I've got Outlander too, so we can actually overeat.
We can.
Or have guests. Anyway, you actually don't need the pathfinding part of it because you're basically just going back down the road. You travel away from Kresh, down the slopes, and the road at this point just continues to slope downward through the forest that surrounds the village of Kresh and into the woods. It grows darker and darker as time goes on. Partly due to the terrain, partly due to the time. Sunset comes very early because you're in the mountains and there's basically trees all around. So even well before sunset, it's very dark. And do you want to travel through the night, or do you want to stop and camp somewhere?
We might as well rest for the night and get another full day's travel in the morning.
Okay. Now you do get back to the signpost where you had encountered, where you had seen the directions to the Wizards of Wine. And you can get that far before it gets too dark to really travel anymore.
Okay.
And do you want to camp near the signpost, or do you want to retreat somewhat from it, or are you just kind of hanging out there?
I think we should move a little distance off the well-traveled road, just for the interest of safety.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
But not too far.
No. Just out of eyeshot.
Okay, you can retreat from the road somewhat. Let a screen of trees keep you from anyone who might travel by. Now, if you go north of the road, you can camp next to the river that passes by there, that had passed under the bridge that you'd crossed to get back to the signpost, or you can go south and just camp in the woods there.
I think proximity to the river would kind of put our backs against something we can't cross in case of trouble. So let's go south into the woods.
Okay. You head south into the woods for a few minutes, and then find a suitable place amongst some broken stones laid out in a kind kind of scattered little area. It's not quite a clearing, but the trees are definitely thinner here. You've got like an old slab of stone in the middle of the area that you can use to keep out of the mud and the muck. What is your procedure for setting camp now? Because this is actually the first time that you've set camp in this new land.
Right.
How do you want to handle watches? How do you arrange your camp, et cetera, et cetera? I don't know that any of you have like any tents or anything. Just
No.
Checking my inventory now for just that.
yeah.
No, it looks like all I'm carrying with me is like bedrolls, mess kits, rations, that sort of thing.
Yeah, about the same here.
All right. So it's
Okay.
basically
No
camping
tent.
out. Yeah, go ahead. Basically camping out under the stars in just your bedrolls. Do you set a campfire?
Do we need to?
You know, this place has been kind of creepy as it is, and I remember those weird little twiggy creatures that were running up on us. Maybe we shouldn't set out a beacon for them. I'm just thinking. Live and let
Probably
live if
smart.
we can.
How cold is it?
It gets relatively chill, actually. Even now, just after sunset, the damp air is clinging to you. It's not really ice cold, but it's definitely enough to give one a chill. In the past few nights, it's been kind of hard to tell because you've had the warmth of the Vistani campfire around you and other people and whatever wine that they offered to offset the chill. But tonight, you're on your own.
As a Goliath, I do not notice the cold, and I could sleep in
Yeah.
the snow for all it mattered to me.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I kind of like a fire.
All right. Well, let's get one going then.
All right, so you go ahead and start, gathering up stray twigs and stray branches to set a campfire. How do you want to do watches? What is your watch order? How long do you rest?
I'll take a second.
Do we want to do 4 watches or 2?
Well, however we can set it up, I'd advise a long rest since we're going to be likely sleeping until
Yeah.
sunrise anyhow.
Yeah, sunrise gives you like 10-11 hours to go through.
Okay, so we got plenty of time for a long rest.
So-
I mean, if Hames wants to take second, I'll take first. Hames can take second, Jared third,
take
and
first.
John fourth.
I'll take 4.
Hold on a second.
That's fine with me.
I mean, the order is kind of effectively random.
Yeah, I need to jot this down.
After second watch, that my character will probably be awake for the rest of it anyway.
Right.
Well, that's why I was wondering if we want to do 4 people each taking a watch or just 2 shifts of 2 people. Just so we're extra ready if something happens.
How long is a long rest?
It's 8 hours.
But that we
But you
don't have
can-
16 hours.
Well, you don't have to be asleep for your whole rest.
No, you just have to be resting.
But
All right. Well, let's have me and Bellic on the first, and we can have Hames and Claudius or whatever your name is.
Tiberius.
I don't know.
Tiberius Scooter.
Whatever. You're new. I don't
So you have to
remember your
say
name
it with the accent, then you understand it.
yet. All right, Tiberius. So yeah, we'll have Hames and Tiberius take second. Me and Bellic will take first, and we can rotate that way while still getting our full watch and having 2 people on deck.
That's fine with me.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good.
Rav, if you're talking, I'm not getting your voice.
God damn it, I muted myself.
There you go.
All right, so you go ahead and set camp for the night. Lay your bedrolls out. First up is Bellic and Javok, and you guys basically sit around watching the woods. 6 hours, and then 6 hours for the other 2. night grows darker, and the mists kind of roll in around you, kind of enclosing this area that you're in with an almost impenetrable wall of mist about you. Both of you make one perception check.
Seven.
All right. Time passes. The night seems relatively peaceful, all in all. By now, Tiberius and Hames are sound asleep, getting their particular rest going. Because this is not like just the beginning of this long rest. This is well into it. And while you are basically, killing time, Bellic has got up to relieve himself at one point, not too far away. Bellic, you notice that of the little crumbling stones in the area that you're in, you notice that one of them has a peculiar shape to it, almost like it's been carved.
I will crouch down for a closer look.
Okay, it looks almost like it's got a feather texture carved into it, and it's curved somewhat, and most of it is still buried in the ground.
I'll see if I can dig it out easily.
Okay. And Java, you see him sit there and crouch down, poking around at one of the stones. You dig the stone out somewhat. It does look like the wing of some sort of raven statue, and it is attached to a block of stone that's still mostly buried. It's not terribly large. It's about 2 foot high.
Wasn't there something in the predictions from the old Vistani lady when she was drawing the cards about a raven?
I had all her stuff written down, and then I lost it when I messed up my character sheet. So Javik forgets. Sorry, man. Face your destiny. Let's excavate this shit. I got a shovel.
We'll dig the rest of it out. And I believe that the last time that you said that, you looked at your character sheet and you didn't have a shovel.
Oh, I definitely bought one this time.
Okay.
I double checked.
So you walk over, then you walk over amongst the broken, and toppled stones, and you go ahead and dig out more of this statue, and it's basically a almost like an obelisk kind of shaped stone, but not nearly as tall, and it has what looks like faded writing carved into it.
I'll see if I can read it.
Okay, you go ahead and dust the dirt away from it. Most of it's gone, but you recognize the words loving wife and mother, and then beneath it what looks like a faded date.
It's a gravestone.
That doesn't bode well.
We're camping on a graveyard. In Ravenloft. Nothing could possibly go wrong here. Forget it, let's leave it there.
Absolutely, I will leave it there.
Okay.
Like, put it literally exactly where you found it, and let's go.
You didn't actually pick it up, but you've basically excavated this. Okay, you go ahead and you rise and you look back to the others, and yeah, now that you've seen that some of these toppled stones, none of them from your particular area look like tombstones per se, but they are arrayed in kind of an almost orderly manner. It looks like this place, something long ago toppled them and scattered them and broke many of them and
Perfect.
left them in a less than recognizable state.
Phenomenal.
All right. So do you guys actually do anything, or you just let the other two sleep through?
No, it
Well,
should be done.
until the dead start to rise, I suspect I'll let them sleep.
Good
I've heard of
plan.
that exact line before.
I'm gonna sit there with my axe in one hand and my pipe in the other. I'm gonna sit there and smoke and glower at the gravestones.
Okay. You go ahead and get to rest, or not get to rest, but get back to your watch. You see the ground is covered with kind of a thinner version of the mist that surrounds you, but otherwise the rest of your watch goes all right, and you can wake the other two for their watch.
Are you
Hey,
going to
guys.
tell us about the gravestones when you wake us up for our
Absolutely.
watch?
Wake up.
Okay, like my audio either just failed or nobody talked.
Wake up.
Okay. Oh, nice, peaceful night. Nothing happened.
Well, we did discover that we're camping in a graveyard.
Huh. I don't know why. That just makes sense for some reason.
Anyway, enjoy your watch. I'm getting some sleep.
Well,
Okay, Tiberius and Hames, how do you react to that news?
it was kind of good to know. Let's not go poking around in the graves.
Yeah, don't touch him anymore.
Okay, you guys said.
Are we sure we're not sleeping on him?
We're probably sleeping on them.
Oh, fun.
I'll just make sure my stuff is packed and ready in case we're about to run.
I sleep
From-
cuddling. I'm spooning my axe as we sleep.
I did not want to know that.
Me and this axe are very close. Very close.
All right, Bellic and Java
That's
settle
what
down.
that
to get
extra
the
roll
rest.
is for.
Yup.
Oh God! All right,
Job's a moil like this.
so Javak and Bellic settle down to rest while Hames and Tiberius set up on watch. Both of you need to make perception checks,
Just like that.
just like that. And Hames, go ahead and make yours too.
Doing it.
All right. You see the moon riding high in the sky, peeking through the haze of clouds for just a moment before diving back in amongst them. Tiberius, a couple hours into your watch, you notice that the ground is moving a bit, as if things here and there were shifting underneath it. Not really like cutting furrows or anything, but you notice the ground visibly rising and falling in some areas.
That's when I'm just gonna go and start nudging our allies. I'll start with Bellic because he's less likely to be like sleep fighting randomly and he's not spooning an axe.
All right.
Just saying, but I was gonna nudge him and hey, looks like the ground's moving. I think maybe those corpses ain't quite as dead as they're supposed to be. We might not be welcome guests here.
All right, so I'll get up.
Notably, I
and
haven't
set
told
up for
Hames
combat.
yet.
All right, Tiberius walks over towards Bellic, and as he walks over towards Bellic to wake him up, go ahead and make a dexterity save.
Well,
All right. As you walk over towards Bellic, a rotted hand reaches up through the ground and grasps your ankle. You do just manage to avoid tripping and pull your ankle free.
the dead are rising! I he'd shout in a perfect accent. That's probably a little better than the one I just pulled off.
I spring to my feet with my axe in my hands, roaring.
All right, actually, you need to make a perception check.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Okie dokie.
It's not a
Perception.
difficult one.
6.
No, you think you hear something in your sleep, but you're not quite. Wait, do you have alertness? of any sort?
Stand by one.
Yeah,
I have danger sense, advantage on dex saving throws on things that I can see. If I'm sleeping. Oh.
We're gonna have to set up
Okay.
a system after to wake up Javik whenever there's trouble, like throwing rocks at him.
Just tie my balls to a rope and pull on it whenever you want me to wake up.
We don't
Right.
really want to do the first part of that, though. There are no volunteers.
Bellic, however, does hear the cry and does awaken just at that moment. And as Tiberius cries out, more of the ground breaks up here and there as corpses begin to rise from.
So for clarity, I'm still sleeping.
You're still sleeping for now, but it's likely that you will awaken fairly
Maybe.
swiftly.
If I shout again, does he wake up? I mean, does he get another percent if I shout to
on
wake him
your
up?
turn, yeah. Okay,
So do we
I only
roll
got yeah, go ahead and roll initiative for those who are up, and who does not have a token on the board.
I don't think I do.
I don't believe that I do either.
Okay, I've got.
I got
two
mine set up
copies
with
of
a
this
health
token.
bar and everything.
I'm just going to draw 2 shapes and put them as your tokens, guys.
I think next time we should really set up the tokens because you can have like health bars on it and everything. It's really
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah, I've used them in my Pathfinder game.
They are really useful.
I'm putting one for John and one for, I guess, Jared? Or do you already have one?
I do not.
Okay. Here we go.
John, I thought you had one last time.
I think I did. You might be confusing it with Pat. And I guess I'm purple, or am I black?
You're purple.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever hasn't rolled initiative, John, go ahead.
Still not letting me. Still saying that no tokens are selected.
Yeah, I know. You have to actually, like, type roll. Just like you would in the other game. You have to actually have a, in order to...
Clever, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was playing in one game and we actually discovered that you can draw on the map without being the DM and roll 20. And 5 minutes later, there were tic-tac-toe games, cartoonish spiders with top hats, and one Kilroy was here. The game
Yeah, we
got
did that
derailed.
when I played on a tabletop simulator. You can draw on that thing too.
Just give me one more second.
On my turn, I intend to pick up one of those giant Z's that are on the ground and throw it at John.
Nice.
So is this our locations?
Yes, that's roughly your locations during the original during the initial setup.
Okay.
Oh god, there are a lot of them.
Well, it is a graveyard.
Holy
Clown car
shit.
graves.
All right.
Dude, stop.
These-
That's enough.
These creatures reach up from the ground and begin to claw their way out. Most of them are long decayed. It's hard to tell which ones, what kind of era they come from, what kind of clothes they wear, etc., etc. They're just almost decayed to the point of being skeletons. And Jared Bellic is the first one to react to Tiberius's scream. You are currently prone and
Oh, I didn't roll initiative. Oh, wait, I'm asleep. That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
16 of them.
Well, I'll start by standing up.
Okay. So Jared Bellic hops to his feet.
And then I will be casting a spell. I think we will go with the Shatter spell,
Okay.
which has a 10-foot radius. So I believe I can probably get these two over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think I can get any more than that with a 10-foot radius.
So what's the procedure on the shatter spell? Okay, painful ringing noise. Must make a Constitution saving throw, or take thunder damage. Okay.
And the full description of it should be in the rolling section now,
Okay.
including how much damage and what the save DC is.
Okay. Just one moment. That is 2 successes. What happens on a save?
Half damage.
Half damage. So what's the damage? 13. So
7.
I thought you rounded down on damage. So 6 damage.
Oh, Jared, just to point out here, it reads currently a creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. You might want to switch that wording up.
I may indeed. No, that's correct.
Yeah, that seems right.
If you fail the save.
You take 3d8.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. That seemed backwards to me for some reason.
It's because you're in
Then,
Canada.
if you'll allow me, I'd like to try to kick some stones and other debris in Javak's direction, hoping that some will strike his body and wake him up.
That's an item interaction, sure. Java, make another perception check.
If it doesn't work, I can cast Thunderwave.
I have to perceive the stones and rocks getting kicked in my face.
The DC is not high.
5.
Well, it's high enough. No, yeah, you wake up at this point, but you can't
Okay.
act this round. Go ahead and roll
Say
initiative.
if that didn't work, I do have Thunderwave.
I think the shatter should have woken him up just from the loudness of it.
Yeah, it's basically
Sure.
one of those don't roll a 1 things.
Right.
Okay.
I got a 22 on the initiative.
Well, you'll be going quick next round.
Okay, those two in this area are in fact wounded, and I have no idea how to note to. I'll figure something out.
See, if we set them up with tokens, we could actually have little health bars with
Yeah, I know.
health on them.
I know.
Just like in Pathfinder.
Yeah, I know.
He
There we
doesn't want to use other people's artwork, though.
Yeah, which is
because
why
he's
these two are
concerned
a little
about
bad. Yeah,
True.
Just use letters. I mean, just
you
Make
still can't
yourself
set
some little
letters up
tokens
as,
with letters.
as tokens.
Or
But I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna set everybody up with some tokens before the next session. I've just been super busy, what with my computer failing and all this particular week.
that's okay.
All right, so Bellic wounds these two creatures as they shamble forward, and then they do indeed shamble forward. First of all, this one that had grasped at Tiberius makes another swing for him, this time with his full arm. And it is just a straight up attack, which is going to miss.
Absolutely misses.
This one shambles forward and also attempts to grab and slam at Tiberius and completely
Also
misses.
So I'm
And
like this
this
matrix
one-
dodging redneck.
They're shambling, and some of them are just missing, because they're not even swinging in the right way. Finally, a few begin to advance on. Is this Hames? We've got 1 attack versus Hames, 15.
If they move 10 foot in and I have reach,
Yeah, you can go ahead and attack this one.
I
If
thought
you
it was when
want.
they leave your
Oh,
range.
yeah,
of attack.
when they leave it, not when they enter it.
okay,
That's still the way it works in.
15 misses.
Yeah. And these guys are just shambling forward. Kind of like The Walking Dead. That one probably hits, right?
Like,
That one definitely.
Alright, that one bruises you for 2 damage. Is just that rotten meat slams into your side. And then the farthest ones come. This one comes up, but can't actually attack this turn. This one can, and he attempts to attack the just woken Javok, and you are prone. I don't know if that's 16.
16 misses.
That's a miss, yes. Okay. Wait a minute, why is it not letting me? Why is it not letting me move that one? Oh, come on. It's not letting me move them anymore. Okay then. Seriously? Alright, it's letting me move these. Oh, now it's letting me move them. I think this one can just get to you before it can swing. And that one does actually hit with a critical hit. And someone refresh me my memory on how critical hits work in 5th edition.
Double the dice.
Double the dice. So it's double the dice, same flat bonus.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So this one punches Javok in the face for 8 damage with one rotted bony claw. This one down here, it's not letting me freaking roll it. Okay. Yeah, this one's not letting me. I don't know what the deal is with that one. I'm gonna have to redraw it. It's kind of pissed me off.
Just like everything else today.
Yeah, I am serious, man. I like almost had a freaking stroke here because everything has been going wrong. And now I can select this one. And this one can get to him and attack. Just kind of swings down at Java because he shambles forth.
That's a hit.
And actually he's going to kick Java for 7. This one can walk up but can't attack this turn. And this one, as soon as I can select the fucker. God damn. Okay, seriously, why am I having such a difficult time? This one's going to walk up to Hames, but he can't attack because they're just shuffling out from the background. Now the remaining ones converge on Bellic. And this one's gonna this one shambles up amongst the others. By now, the entire group is just mobbed by these things. And he's going to swing at Bellic.
Okay, so I just found a class ability that I had forgotten that I had,
Okay.
where undead targets that target me directly with an attack or harmful spell, the creatures must make a wisdom saving throw against my spell save DC, or choose a different target.
Is that in effect all the time?
Yes, it is.
Constantly in effect. Okay.
Wow.
It is a benefit of my patron.
All right.
that's going to be very handy in Ravenloft. That's
incredibly
Gross.
useful. You need to remember this in the future, okay? Because
I definitely need to remember this in the future.
Wow. That's fine. They'll just attack me instead.
So what's the
It's not like I
DC
need
on
to
that?
move.
Probably greater than 6, right?
15.
Yeah. Okay, then we've got the wounded ones are going
So
to...
you let zombies swarm you and no one else, and they have to hit each other if they have to choose another target.
No, it doesn't work like that.
They do have the option of choosing no target.
Yeah.
So they just kind of walk up to you and then look at you awkwardly and
Yeah.
just stand there.
And they're still making threatening gestures. They're just kind of...
And Bellic's just sitting there like, what are you gonna do?
Hey guys!
God.
And then this last one's going to move up in... But I can't move the damn thing. Oh, look.
There we go. Perfect.
There we go. All right, and that concludes the zombie throng, which is now just kind of wall to wall around the group, barricaded them in against their own fire pit, and now it is Hames Ebonsmoke's turn.
I got a 22 on the initiative. Am I not
Yeah,
higher than him?
Yeah, but your next turn. This is still turn 1.
Oh.
You just woke up.
Okay, I'll use the great sword and attack that one.
I'm sorry, ping it again. Ping which one you're going to attack again. Okay. Go ahead and roll it. And you're using a great sword instead of a glaive, right? Yeah, that's a definite hit.
Yeah.
So you deal a serious wound to that one.
Max damage.
Yeah. But he is still standing.
Oh God.
Dang.
Yeah, we need to do something about this. This isn't survivable if we're just.
I'm gonna action surge and
Okay.
use burning hands on that same thing.
Okay. Burning Hands on... isn't that multi-target?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone, I believe.
I'm getting spellbook out, so
Yeah.
yeah, 15-foot cone. So
You can actually...
I'll get the other 3 I didn't hit with burning hands because they'll fall into.
I'll
the
let you
cone.
do it. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, because we're not using exact things because 5th edition doesn't really do that. What do they got to do? Do they have to make a save?
I'll cast a spell in it. The spell info will show.
Okay, good. 15-foot cone of fire engulfs those 3.
Quite handy.
DC 13 and half damage if they save.
Okay. So 1. Not a save. Definitely not a... Oh, wait, this is D2. Okay. Let me actually type
I'm like,
that
wow,
in.
these guys are rolling like shit.
Not a save, and not a save. And yeah, so all of these 3 are scorched. They are actually burning.
And they're probably on fire.
Well, they don't actually catch, but they wish that they had. If zombies could wish. Can zombies wish? Who can tell?
And if there's any brush in the area behind them, it starts on fire.
Of course they can. They wish for brains.
Oh, we
And
only
then
burned.
actually-
Does Burning Hand
Wish upon a star.
does Burning Hand legit light stuff on fire like that?
Any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried burst into flame.
Okay. At the moment, that doesn't include anything, but I do need to know it for future reference.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
why I
still
said it.
imagining.
I said if there's anything flammable, just it's on fire.
Okay, so those undead are all wounded. And are you done?
That's all I can do.